We're here today to talk about a lost diamond mine in Haunted Canyon. And we're sitting just a few yards from where the entrance to go to Haunted Canyon is. Yeah, Haunted Canyon was homesteaded somewhere between 1900 and 1915. There's a nice little farming area out there, and some of the old mining implements or farming implements are still sitting there. But there was an old man by the name of Kennedy who used to show up in Miami and Globe and Superior with a quality of placer gold. And he claimed that he had a hidden gold mine in Haunted Canyon. Now, no gold has ever been produced out of Haunted Canyon in any way, shape, or form. But a canyon to the south called Gold Rush Creek had quite a bit of gold in it. And today, Gold Rush Creek has completely disappeared into an open pit mine that's 1,100 feet deep. In 1935, a gentleman named Joe Modoc showed up at the Mesa newspaper office with a bag of diamonds and caused quite a stir. And he said he had found a diamond mine in a remote canyon, which he refused to identify, deep in the Superstition Mountains. This caused quite a stir for a short time until they found out that all he had really was crystals out of a cave. My friend Tom Kollenborn decided one day that he was going to find that cave. In 1968, Tom finally found that cavern. He even could see where Joe Murdoch had chipped off the crystals. And the cave has been explored to about 1,200 feet in past times. But Tom was somewhat of a conservationist, and he was concerned about people going into this cave and causing a lot of damage like Joe did. So the entrance at that time was something quite small and covered over, and he had to crawl in to get in. But he went ahead and took a bunch of broken loose limestone and concealed the entrance of the cave, leaving only a couple of small portals for the bats to get back and forth out of. About 1975, he was back in and had discovered that nobody had opened up his concealed cave. In 1977, I came in with Tom and two other gentlemen, all who have passed away now. And when we got to a certain point, we stopped and Tom pointed up this ridge and said, that's where the cave is. And it's not my intention to expose where that cave is to anybody. It's somewhere in Haunted Canyon. And we spent the afternoon at the cabin, and I'm standing here, a picture of Tom took of me standing in front of the cabin. You know, I often wondered how Haunted Canyon got its name. And Tom explained to me that in a certain area in the canyon, there are several calcite caves, and some of them, the entrances are so small that no person could get in them. But when the wind is just a certain speed and a certain angle, it causes the low moaning and howling in some of these caves from the wind. And that's how Haunted Canyon got its name. In one of Tom's articles, he mentioned that he was back in here about his last time, about 1990, and the cave still was untouched and had not been entered. You know, a lot of people tell you that there's no mineralization in the Superstition Mountains. Well, about 100 yards behind us is a whole different story. And that's just another mystery of the Superstition Mountains.
Thank you for watching this episode of Mysteries of the Superstition Mountains.